Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Grok 4 versus ChatGPT. Now, which one of these AI language models is better and which one should you be using? Well, we've done some extensive tests and we have explored the real-world use cases, gathered insights from users and experts. So grab a coffee, here is our unbiased review. Starting off, let's clarify what each of these titans claims and what exactly are they. Grok 4 is Elon Musk's XAI answer to the next generation of AI. It's the latest mind from Colossus supercomputer built for reasoning, real-time search, and unfiltered conversation. Now, when it comes to ChatGPT, this is OpenAI's flagship language model, now available in 4 versions for consumers and 4.5 for pros. Now, let's take a quick feature snapshot. Starting off with a context window, there are over 200k tokens in ChatGPT. There is limited, mostly browsing real-time search. There is multimodal support, so you can create images, you can create text. Then the monthly pricing starts at $20 for the plus tier on ChatGPT, whereas it has very strong reasoning benchmarks, and when it comes to personality and filtering, it is safe and corporate and polished. They do have an API for developers. Now let's take a look at Grok. Grok, on the other hand, has 256k tokens for context windows. They have DeepX Twitter integration as well as real-time Twitter multimodal support. Their pricing starts at $30, so it is $10 more expensive. However, when it comes to their reasoning benchmarks, they are some of the best-in-class math with science. And when it comes to personality and filtering, they have bold, witty, and different personas that you can adopt. So if you want a professional feel to your text, then you can do that. If you want a companion, you can do that. Then you guys can see that there is a lot of context within this. So if you want, you can go with an unhinged comedian, you can go with a loyal friend, you can go with the Grok doc, you can go with a Grok therapist. So you guys can see that it does give you some disclaimers. So Grok is not a therapist. Please consult one. Don't share personal information that will identify you, so on and so forth. So it does have all of those safety barriers intact. Now, what about the core capabilities? When it comes to deep thinking, complex problem solving, or technical analysis, Grok 4 is outstanding. The benchmarks are pretty amazing. Grok 4 outperforms ChatGPT 4 in graduate level math, coding, and scientific problems, even achieving 100% in certain advanced math classes and calculus classes. So it does match and beat ChatGPT on key academic exams. And Grok 4 is a multi-agent architecture where it allows concurrent problem solving for complex tasks, whereas ChatGPT offers more reliable results sometimes, but sometimes it lacks the Grok 4 depth on a niche or technical problem. So Grok 4 shines on tasks like live market analysis, technical code, debugging, scientific question answering, as well as providing more deeper insights than ChatGPT. Now, when it comes to everyday tasks and ChatGPT, it is still the best. So ChatGPT is still the master for content creation, storytelling, storyboarding, ideation. Its responses are quick, polished, and generally more human in tone for casual or creative users. Grok 4 can handle creative prompts well, but the strength is thinking tasks over writing tasks for rapid generative content. ChatGPT is just more efficient. So I have an example of 2 of the same prompts that I have put in, and you will find exactly how Grok actually beats ChatGPT in this particular niche. So I asked it to find the literature gap for IO psychology with 3 variables, and I want it to be for a quantitative study. This is ChatGPT's response. So it gave me some key areas that I could do, and then it just gave me a few variables that I can, use. And it has a summary table, and these are pretty decent ideas. It has suggested the topic as well as key variable and design. Now, when it comes to actual deeper understanding, Grok was able to better analyze what I was asking for exactly, and it has been able to identify 3 specific variable topics with these detailed IVs and DVs. So it has told me what I should take as my independent variable as well as my dependent variable, how these topics are going to be performed, what is going to be the mediator, moderator, as well as the general way I should proceed with this type of research. Then when it comes to these types of image creations, you guys can see Grok created these 2 images when I asked it to create a team of people working. And then when it comes to the image, this is what ChatGPT created. Now, the ChatGPT is definitely a better image when it comes to just realism. It just looks a bit more contextualized. However, the way that the people are looking here and there is a bit odd. However, when you take a look at these images, again, these can be customized. So this is what I like about Grok 4 and its image models, is that if it creates an image, let's say I want to change the background, so I can do that by clicking on background. I can click on subject as well, and I can click on remove people if I want to just remove the people within this image. So these types of quick edits are something that I find to be really helpful within Grok 4 that I don't find as frequently on ChatGPT. Now, when it comes to just speed and user experience, Grok 4 prioritizes depth over speed. So it definitely does take longer, but the more detailed, analytical, and multi-angle answers you're going to receive. So this is ideal for research, not for instant chats. However, if you are looking for something that is very quick, so if I want to know something very quick, give me 5 caption ideas, Insta caption ideas, and now it's going to give me pretty instantaneous results to this, and based upon the context of our conversation. Now Grok 4 is obviously taking more time than ChatGPT. Currently it's still thinking. So this is something that I have noticed even with simpler queries. It does, try to prioritize more detailed and analytical answers. So ChatGPT is best for these types of tasks. What about real-time data and integration? Well, ChatGPT can browse and search, but it's tightly integrated with live platforms outside its plugin ecosystem, whereas Grok 4 comes with data hooks via Twitter and X. So if you need up-to-date minute analysis or sentiment on trending topics, it's unmatched. When it comes to safety, filtering, and personality, Grok 4 is famous for bold and edgy personas. You can get humor, sarcasm, and much more honesty as a LLM can muster. Occasionally, there is a risk of tangential or conversational results. Now, when it comes to ChatGPT, it's more conservative with heavy filtering and a corporate voice. This ensures safe, work-appropriate answers, but may limit candid or nuanced discussions on sensitive topics. So if you are trying to do some controversial research, Grok 4 is going to be the better tool for you. What about coding, developer tools, and technical use? Grok 4 Code, a variant for developers, beat ChatGPT on some coding benchmarks, scoring higher on SWE bench and coding context. If you're writing or debugging code, Grok offers step-by-step reasoning and multi-agent debugging. GPT is also strong with API help, basic code, and quick explanations. Now, when it comes to pricing, Grok 4 Standard has a free option, but it's very limited. So primarily, you would be paying $30 for the monthly price of Grok 4 Standard. Then Grok 4 Heavy is $300, whereas ChatGPT has its own super popular free-to-use tool. So ChatGPT can be used by anyone, anywhere. You don't necessarily have to upgrade to Plus, but you can choose to upgrade to Plus. And even their Plus model is $200, whereas Grok's Heavy model is $300. So it does cost substantially more on Grok. Now, when it comes to limitations, Grok is not quick. Sometimes it can be less polished for generalized questions, and there is no free tier. Whereas GPT can feel constrained in complex technical exchanges, and it's sometimes a bit too safe for power users needing raw analytical depth. So which one is better? This depends entirely on your use case. If you want creative writing, polished content, or need immediate responses for daily tasks, ChatGPT is the best tool for you. Whereas if you want something that is more in-depth, that is going to be doing complex research, coding analysis, or you want advanced reasoning available to you, and if you are going to value unfiltered answers, dynamic answers, then Grok 4 is the tool for you. So if you guys found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down below which one of these platforms are you going to be using.